Right, I'm back for the second whatever, of this game. So I'm just going to play it on times 8 speed and get us up to, I think I was somewhere about the 8-minute mark or something. Yeah, that's right. So this game started with the most miserable of all the attempted cannon rushes. As I recall, Matticus went for a slightly weird build in as much as he went double Stargate fleet beacon, but hadn't actually built any air units. Despite that, KernelPanic with the actual earlier Stargate, but did build some units. Matticus with the Robo here, so does send the observer across. I don't remember seeing what happened to this observer. It looks like it got enough information in terms of saw the Stargate. So let's slow things down. I believe we are roughly, is that normal speed? Or is that slow-mo? No, that's slow-mo, isn't it? Okay, that's normal speed. It's always a bit weird when you've been watching it at like high speed. You slow it down and you're like, is the game normally this slow? Have I overslowed? What's happening? Okay, so it's Matticus has definitely got the earlier sort of third up, and you can see that substantial income difference there. But the big question is he going to be able to match that income with production? Finally, we're going to see a warp in here. It's going to be a slow warp in. It's only 2 zealots, which, given the substantial number of warp gates that he's got, I wonder why only 2. You know, he's certainly got a lot of minerals in the bank. Okay, so we're seeing the rest come in now. Yeah, unclear how much this will get done. I mean, the carriers, the Void Rays, will clean it up pretty quickly. But if he was crafty about this, he could focus on the fleet beacon, for example, or he could focus on the Nexus, and that would certainly put a hole in his opponent's income. But he needs to do something with it, because, you know, he knows his opponent's got air. The gas isn't what you want to go for. Maybe workers. You know, to be honest, at this stage of the game, I'd be more inclined to try and snipe the Nexus or snipe an important part of tech. Definitely ignore that, and definitely ignore the gas. Focus something down, whatever it might be. You know, with all those zealots are hacking all different things, and you're not going to get any of those things. If they'd all focused the Nexus, then there's a reasonable chance you kill the Nexus. Now that the carriers and stuff have turned up, you're not going to get anything done. So yeah, and these guys, it looks like are just going to die for nothing. Literally, they're not even going to get that one out, are they? So that's a shame. So you know, to be fair, did kill some workers there, got a fair few workers killed. So that is going to put a substantial dent in his opponent's income. And when you're trying to power up on carriers, that can be a problem. But army supply wise, Matticus is ahead, but how much of it is going to win in this fight, it's hard to tell. This is a pretty scary looking force coming across with 5 carriers in the mix. The Void Rays have come on ahead. There's no shield batteries down here, and that is worrying me. If there were shield batteries on the map, my money'd be on Matticus for sure. As it is with no shield batteries, it's harder to call. I don't know if he's got blink for the Stalkers. There's about to be 4 more carriers joining the fray. So with 4 more carriers coming out, Matticus should be able to absolutely crush this, although there is an upgrade advantage for KernelPanic, but it shouldn't matter. So he needs to focus on carriers. That's the way to handle these engagements. KernelPanic is not focusing down carriers. Look, there are no interceptors flying around these carriers. All the interceptors are around these. So Matticus has handled that engagement substantially better, and with the superior carrier count, is just going to kill everything. Is even going to get the Void Rays. They weren't close enough for the recall, and importantly didn't lose any carriers of his own. So with that in mind, he should now be able to fly across the map and win this. You know, with the economic damage that he did previously, as you can see, KernelPanic doesn't have the income to support double carrier production even. Meanwhile, Matticus is building 4 at a time here. You know, so even if this doesn't, well, it should just instantly win. This is a fair old number of carriers. Now, what if this 8 carriers or something? It should be able to see everything off. The shield batteries make such a huge difference. So you focused on the pylon, take those out of action, and then you just right-click these carriers one at a time. And we should see KernelPanic GG. So it looks like Matticus manages to claw one back and bring things to 2-1. In this best of 5. I mean, KernelPanic, yeah, you know, the carrier in production, and he's still in the game, but it is over. So there's the GG, and it's 2-1.